Hi, I am Daniel.
I'm Dominic.
And I am Sonia.
We are members of the Involvement Matters team. The Involvement Matters team are East Sussex County Council's reference group for adults with learning disabilities.
The Involvement Matters team members are a group of adults with learning disabilities who work with East Sussex County Council and East Sussex Learning Disability Partnership Board. We are self-advocates, peer advocates and advocate for other people with learning disabilities.
We know that people with a learning disability face many inequalities. We advocate for others because we want to make sure that people with a learning disability have their voices heard on issues that are important to them, that they have a say in how services are run and how improvements can be made to support them to live a good, healthy and happy life.
For IMT to be strong, self-advocates and advocates for others, we need to fully understand equality issues, know our rights and have access to information that we understand about these, which helps us to be more inclusive and tackle discrimination.
We work hard to make sure that we understand the needs of people with learning disability. Everyone with a learning disability is different, and we need to make sure that as advocates we understand what makes up the whole person.
We have been learning about protected characteristics so that we can understand more about individual people and all of the wonderful things that we can be.
We want to spread the word about protected characteristics and make sure that people with learning disabilities and their supporters also understand about all of the things that make up an individual person.
This is so that we all understand our rights and can spot when things are not how they should be.
This video is about the protected characteristics. It will help you to understand more about people as individuals, how we are all different and how we should all be treated fairly and equally.
The video will be split into 4 sections. Section 1 is about some of the important words that will be in the video. Section 2 is about the Equality Act. Section 3 is where we explain what protected characteristics means. And section 4 is where we give more information about each of the protected characteristics. There is lots of information in this video. You can pause the video if you want to stop and think or take a break. You can rewind the video if you want to watch a section again.
Section 1, important words. Equality. Equality means treating everyone fairly. Equality means everyone having the same chances. Some people may need help to get the same rights.
Discrimination means treating someone worse than other people for an unfair reason. There are lots of reasons that people are discriminated against, including their age, if they are a man or a woman, or if they have a disability. There are lots of examples of discrimination later in this video to help us understand more about it.
Connected. In this video, connected means if you know someone or have something to do with them. For example, you're connected to your friends, your family, the people you work with and the people you used to know. You do not need to know them well. For example, it could be someone you have a conversation with at a bus stop.
Complain. Complain means when you give bad feedback about something. It is when you say that something is wrong or not good enough.
Section 2. the Equality Act. The Equality Act 2010 is the government law about treating people equally and fairly. The Equality Act is for people in England, Scotland and Wales. The Equality Act protects us all by making it against the law to discriminate against someone. You are protected from being discriminated against in different places. When you are at work, when you are in education, like at college, when you use businesses like shops, restaurants and cinemas, when you use public transport like the bus or train, when you join a club like a tennis club, when you have contact with public bodies like your local council, if you are connected to someone who has one of the protected characteristics, if you have complained about discrimination or support someone else's complaint.
Section 3. What protected characteristics means. Let's think about what characteristics means first. We all have different characteristics. These are things that give us our identity. They say something about who we are. Some of them are sporty, some of us are musical, some of us are organised, some of us are quiet. The Equality Act talks about 9 different characteristics. They're called the protected characteristics. We all have more than one of the 9 protected characteristics. Sometimes people are treated unfairly or discriminated against because they're protected characteristics. This is not okay. It is against the law to be treated unfairly or be discriminated against for having any of these characteristics.
Section 4. What each of the 9 protected characteristics are: age, disability, gender reassignment, marriage and civil partnership, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion or belief, sex, sexual orientation. Let's think more about each of these.
1. Age. In the Equality Act, a person's age is how old they are. It can also be an age group. For example, under 18s, middle-aged people, or pensioners. Age discrimination is when you are treated differently because of your age. Here's a sample of age discrimination. A person's boss does not allow them to do a training course because the boss thinks the person is too old to learn anything new.
2. Disability. In the Equality Act, disability means a physical or mental condition which has an impact on day-to-day activities. Disability also means if you have a condition like HIV or cancer, even if it does not have an impact on your ability to do day-to-day activities at the moment. You are also protected by the Equality Act if you have had a disability in the past but have recovered or got better. Disability discrimination is when you are treated less well because of your disability. Here's an example of disability discrimination. A person with cancer does not receive their attendance bonus at work because they have to take time off for cancer treatment.
3. Gender reassignment. In the Equality Act, gender reassignment means people who are transsexual. A transsexual person is somebody whose gender is different from the sex they were described as when they were born. For example, a person who was described as a female at birth decides to spend the rest of their life as a man. Gender reassignment discrimination is when you are treated less well because you are transsexual. Here is an example of gender reassignment discrimination. A transsexual woman is having a drink in a pub with friends. The landlord keeps calling her sir, and he, when serving drinks, even though the woman has complained,
4. Marriage and civil partnership. In the Equality Act, marriage and civil partnership means someone who is legally married or in a civil partnership. Marriage and civil partnership is an agreement between two people that joins their lives together. The agreement can be between two people of any sex. This means it could be between a man and a man and a man, or a woman and a woman. Marriage and civil partnership discrimination is when you are treated differently at work because you are married or in a civil partnership. Here's a sample of marriage and civil partnership discrimination. A woman works night shift at a supermarket. She is sacked when she gets married. This is because her boss thinks that a married woman should be at home in the evenings.
5. Pregnancy and maternity. In the Equality Act, pregnancy and maternity is when you are pregnant or if you have recently given birth. You're also protected if the baby does not survive. Pregnancy and maternity discrimination is when you are treated unfairly because you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or have recently given birth. Here's an example of pregnancy and maternity discrimination. A mum is breastfeeding her 6-week-old baby on the bus. The driver tells the mum to stop breastfeeding or leave the bus because another passenger has complained.
6. Race. In the Equality Act, race can mean your skin colour. It can also mean where you or your family are from. Race discrimination is when you are treated unfairly because of your race. Here's an example of race discrimination. A landlord would not let a flat to a person because of their race.
7. Religion and belief. In the Equality Act, religion or belief can mean any religion that has a clear belief system. A belief system is a set of things that you believe. You are also protected if you do not have a religion or belief. A belief must be respectful and not affect other people's rights. For example, somebody who has a belief that white persons are the most important race. This is not protected under the Equality Act. That is because this is an unfair belief. Religion or belief discrimination is when you are treated differently because of religion or belief. Here's a sample of religion or belief discrimination. A worker is Jewish and finish early on Fridays so that they can be at home for the Sabbath. The Sabbath is a Jewish holiday. It is a time to rest and pray. The worker's manager chooses to move staff meetings to Friday afternoons. This means that the worker cannot finish early anymore.
Number 8. Sex. In the Equality Act, sex can either mean male or female. It can also mean a group of people like men or boys or women or girls. Sex discrimination is when you are treated differently because of your sex. Here's an example of sex discrimination. A nightclub lets women in for free, but makes men pay to get in.
9. Sexual orientation. In the Equality Act, sexual orientation means whether you are attracted to people of the same sex or people of the opposite sex. It includes how you choose to express your sexual orientation, like the way you look or the places you visit. Sexual orientation discrimination is when you are treated differently because of your sexual orientation. Here is an example of sexual orientation discrimination. A hotel owner refuses to provide a double bedroom to 2 men because he does not think that they should share a bed.
Remember, we all have more than one of the 9 protected characteristics, and it is against the law to be treated unfairly or to be discrimination against for having any of these characteristics.
With thanks to Daniel Randall Nason, Dominic Steele, Sonia Reid and the Environment Matters team.